size. Let me just increase that up a little bit. There we go. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Tara with Tara Beth Stamps, and I am hoping that I got things working tonight. Today has been a day. You know how you wake up and everything's going to be great, and then, oh, you immediately get on your laptop and it's dead. It's completely dead. So if you guys can hear me, make sure you say hello so I know that the volume is working on my phone. I did another live earlier. Okay. Hey, Amy, can you hear me? I would say she probably can. So, as I said, this is Tara with Tara Beth Stamps. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in mid-Missouri, and I'm just making sure that you guys can hear me. You know what? I guess I could do the volume. Yep, there we go. Okay, so the volume is working. So, hey Amy, hey Rosie, hey Johnny. Welcome to Sunday night. So tonight we're gonna do a flap card. So this is a fun little card. This is the Pine Tree Trimmings bundle. So this is one of those bundles that has just a couple of dies. So it's a little less expensive. You're not contributing as much, but you've got a lot of really great sentiments. Hey Pamela, thanks for joining. So you've got a lot of sentiments, you've got a lot of things you can do with this without, investing a whole ton of money. It doesn't have any pattern paper that goes with it, so I paired this with the Christmas Tags and More DSP. So that's this 6x6 bundle that has great panels. It's got great designs. I absolutely love it. And nothing says Christmas like garden green and real red. So I paired it with a couple of new items. So if you can see on the top flap, you can see that this is embossed. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's embossed, and I used the Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. So this is a new online exclusive. Okay, there you go. You can see it. This is a new online exclusive that'll be available in November, I believe on the 4th. Let me look at the calendar there. No, new calendar. It's not going to show me what day the 4th is, but I think it's November the 4th. So this is going to be available then. I've used this tons this weekend. I absolutely love this. And amazingly enough, I found this little circle die in the Snowy Delights set, and I thought that was fun. So that's where I added that into. So we're going to get to stamping and get to going here. So I'm going to set this over to the side. I've been doing card tutorials all day long. We had our class this afternoon. It was a great turnout. We did some 6 cards using the Delicate Pines collection. An Elegant Pines paper. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so I'm going to take this Christmas tree and I'm going to ink it up in garden green and give it a nice little stamp. And then I'm going to hope that wasn't my paper. Yeah, that's not my paper. Then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. So this is going to be going on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and add that same tree just to the corner and kind of hang it off a little bit. And that's all we're going to do with the garden green. And then we're going to pull out Secret C, and I am going to stamp Sending Christmas Wishes on the inside. I'm just going to line that up on my grid paper. Now you'll see that you've got white coming off here. You could always add a strip of Designer Series paper and move your sentiment over. That would be fine. And then I've got my die cut that's going to go here on the front. And I'm going to stamp that up with 'Tis the Season. So, Secret C, I think if you've watched my videos before, you'll see, I feel like that's my go-to color for Christmas. other than the greens and the reds. It's just such a elegant color. So I use that quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and die cut my tree here. So I'm going to bring out my mini cut and emboss and just do a real quick trim. And while I'm doing that, let's talk about, so we are over halfway done with the month. So this is the month that Stampin' Up! Has their joining special. Okay, I'm just pulling out this one little tree. And you can join Stampin' Up!, become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I did this about 7 years ago. And I did it, it was new catalog time. And if you've been stamping for a while and you remember when Stampin' Up! Went from the classic die or ink pads to the new ink pads, that's when I joined, because they had this special and it was, you know, you got like a whole family of ink pads. And I am telling you, when I did it, I was planning on just using it for the discount, maybe, you know, getting the stuff and then jetting and being done with it, which you can do, but why would you? Because I was buying the supplies anyway. I may as well buy them and get a discount, which is what I did. And I've been doing that for 7 years. Now, I'm also doing a little more now, which is pretty awesome. But I don't have to do that if I don't want to. I can just go about my way and just enjoy my little discount and then go on. Get a couple of friends, do an order a month, and you're good to go. So you've got about, I don't know, 12 days left to do that. Give me a shout. Let's chat. Let me give you the good and the ugly. There's not going to be much ugly though. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. All right. So I die cut some red to make this trim for my tree. And so I'm just going to kind of do that at a little angle. And there's only one size. So what you're going to do is you're going to trim off if you have too much. So we have a great team. We get together virtually this week. We're getting together personally. Some of us are, you know, in person. There's a group of us that are meeting in Georgia to laugh and eat good food and make cards. We have a shoebox swap. So FYI, I won't be live next Sunday because I'll probably be on the road. On my way home. So I'm driving down. I'm meeting a teammate in just outside of Nashville. So I'm excited to go to Judy's house. She's always fun. This will not be our first time meeting. But we're going to ride down to Georgia together. It's going to be so much fun. I miss the people that can't make it because... And I'm going to go ahead and add one more down here since I have them. So I'm just using liquid adhesive to add this on. Just a nice little trim on our Christmas tree. All right, finally, this is the last one. I just really hate liquid adhesive. It has its time and it has its place, but the two of us just don't get along very well. So I'm just kind of meeting these circles. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off any excess that I have, because that needs to look like it's going around the back of the tree. So I'm just trimming. So I will share what I made in my shoebox swap on my blog next week. Now that's the other thing. My blog will probably not be updated tomorrow because Apple and Mac and all of the things, we're not getting along very well tonight. So I ran into town and got a new computer this morning before our class, and I fought with it all day long when I wasn't in class. Amy, you joined for the discount too? This starter kit is an amazing deal. I want to buy a starter kit. Do you think Stampin' Up! Would let me? I don't think they would. All right. So as I said, I dry embossed a piece of soft seafoam with the beautiful patterns. This is an online exclusive available in November. If you love it, you can throw that in your starter kit along with another, whatever it takes to make $125. Or if you're really brave, you can do $189 for just $99. Free shipping, a free paper pumpkin, all of the things. Okay, so I'm just adhering that embossed mat to a real red mat. Now, in order to make the card base, I have a piece of 5.5 by 6 3/4 scored at 4 1/4. And now I'm gonna fold it and try to remember what I did with my bone folder earlier tonight. I was my bone folder. I've got one packed, but look, it's right here. So I'll just pull it out, use it. All right, we'll give that a nice little burnish. And then I have a piece of 4 by 3.5, and along the 3.5 line, it is scored at, yes, it's scored at 3. So I'm gonna burnish that. And then I'm going to put that bone folder away, or I'll be looking for it on Thursday with all of our shoe boxes. Okay, so here's your card base. In order to create that flap, before you adhere your inside stamped panel, you need to add your flap to the right side. So I'm just going to take a little bit of seal, and I'm going to line it up. And what I normally do is just put my finger right there on the edge and make sure that it's flush on this side. And then I'm going to give it a nice little rub down right there. Okay. So this is our card base. Now I have a real red mat that we're going to adhere with seal our stamped inside panel. That looks a little big. I need to double check that. No, 4 1/8 by 5.5. I thought my eyes weren't deceiving me. All right, let's trim that down. So yeah, Amy, I feel like about half of the people that sign up with Stampin' Up always do it just for the discount. We're buying the supplies already. You may as well just enjoy that discount. And then you end up selling a little bit here and selling a little bit there because you love it so much that you're sharing it with people. And what amazing friendships we've made. All right, now, before I get all antsy and make a mistake, I'm gonna go ahead and layer up this side panel, and then we're gonna cut off some of this garden green chevron ribbon. So this is also another online exclusive available in November, but this screams Christmas so much to me. Well, hey Karen, thanks for joining. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this chevron and I'm gonna cut off just about that much, and I'm gonna do it twice. But I love this chevron print and garden green. I can't say it's my favorite green. All of them are. So I'm gonna do a little bit of seal right here, and I'm gonna do it so that my ribbon is hanging off to the side, off to my left side. And here's the flap, and I'm gonna do another little bit of seal, and I'm gonna hang my ribbon off the same direction. And I kind of want it lined up right next to each other, or, you know, all in a line, right? Follow me? Does that make sense? Okay, so now I can go ahead and open that and just throw this panel on here with a little bit of seal. So this is just another piece of the Christmas Tags and More. I think this is mistletoe. There we go. And I'm going to give a little extra. Oh, Shirley, you're not late. You're just fine. All right. And now I'm going to take my embossed panel with my real red layer, and I'm going to line that up as well. So now we can go ahead and tie our bow here. And I will tell you, I don't always love ribbon. I think it's really pretty, but I don't always love to tie it in bows. And this is really easy to tie with bows. This is ribbon that I'll use because it's very easy to use. Okay, so now in order to do my loop-de-loops here, because I just couldn't not use that ribbon some more, I'm going to take some seal and just make about 2 marks. And then the other cool thing I like about this ribbon is it really likes to loop, you know, so I'm going to hang some off here. I'm going to bring it up and it just automatically loop-de-loops, which I love. Then I'm going to bring it down low and do yet another one. And I'm going to secure it right there where that seal is. And I'm going to leave a tail hanging off because I want it kind of sticking up a little bit. There we go. I want my tails to be like, you know, diagonally. All right. So here we are, just a couple of dimensionals here for our tree. You know, there's a little star die cut that I could have used, but I was at a crop yesterday with some girlfriends and I didn't have any gold and I thought it looked fine without it. Okay, now I'm gonna add this 'Tis the Season sentiment. So I'm only gonna put 1 dimensional down here on the bottom left corner. And then I'm going to run some seal right there because it's going to have 2 layers. So it can just seal, attach right there at the tree. All right. Now before I started, I had those red and white peppermints. And then I put them away. I'm so afraid I'm going to forget them in all of my packing. So we got to add these on here. So there's that. And there's that. All right. And there we are. Double flap card using the Christmas Tags and More, as well as the Pine Tree Trimmings collection. So cute, fun Christmas card. Now this can always be turned into a gift card if you wanted to. Let me get this adhered real quick before that glue dries. Well, Rosie, I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you went ahead and added a little piece of designer series paper here, punched the side of it, that gift card could slide right in here. Here's a business card. So you could slide it right in there. So lots of fun different ways that you can do this. You can use it all year long. Just a really fun, easy fun fold that just about anybody can make. All right, as I said, I'm not sure if the dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow or if they'll be on there Tuesday. Just depends on if this new computer and I can get along before I go to bed. All right, no live next week. So I'll reconvene back here in 2 weeks for another card tutorial. You guys have an amazing week. Remember that joining special. If you want to reach out, give me a shout. Let's see what we can do. Have a great week.